He didn't understand what was happening. One moment, he was sitting in the back seat of a car, watching the world pass by through the window. And the next, the door opened. He felt the ground under his paws. The air smelled different. The wind moved gently through his soft golden fur. He looked up. The door closed. The engine started. And just like that, the car drove away. He took a few small steps forward, unsure. Maybe they forgot something. Maybe they would come back. He waited and waited. The road stretched endlessly in both directions. Cars passed. None slowed down. He tilted his tiny head, floppy ears bouncing slightly in the wind. 3 months old, too young to understand abandonment, old enough to feel it. The sky slowly darkened. Clouds rolled in. The first raindrop landed on his nose. He blinked. Then another. And another. Within minutes, the rain began to fall heavily. His light golden fur, once warm and clean, became soaked and heavy. He sat down by the side of the road, not because he wanted to, but because he didn't know where else to go. A truck rushed past, splashing cold water over his small body. He flinched. Still, he didn't run far. What if they came back? Night fell. Streetlights flickered on. The world grew colder and louder, yet somehow emptier. He found a small wooden bench near a closed shop and crawled underneath it. The ground was damp. The air smelled like metal and rain. He curled into himself, trying to stay warm. Thunder echoed in the distance. He trembled, not just from the cold, but from confusion, from fear. Footsteps passed nearby. Shadows moved close to him. No one stopped. No one bent down. No one noticed the small golden retriever puppy trying to make himself invisible beneath a bench. Eventually, exhaustion overcame him. His dark brown eyes closed slowly. Morning arrived too soon. The rain had stopped, but the world kept moving as if nothing had happened. People walked past quickly, eyes fixed ahead. He stood up slowly. His paws were dirty. His stomach growled. He began to walk, not toward anything specific, just forward. He saw someone holding food and stepped closer. A small piece fell to the ground. Hope flickered inside him. But before he could reach it, the person picked it up and walked away. He stopped. He didn't bark. He didn't cry. He just watched. Later, he found a trash bag near the sidewalk. He sniffed carefully. The smell was strong and unpleasant. He dug gently and found a tiny piece of stale bread. It was hard, but he ate it slowly, as if it might disappear at any second. A loud door slammed behind him from a nearby restaurant. He jumped in fear and ran. His legs were already tired. The sun climbed higher. Heat replaced the cold rain from the night before. He lay down under a parked car for shade. From there, the world felt slightly safer. His breathing was heavier now. His once fluffy body looked smaller, thinner. Time passed slowly. When you are alone, every hour feels endless. Evening returned. Golden light painted the street. He stepped carefully onto the road, trying to cross. Halfway through, bright headlights appeared in front of him. He froze. Tires screeched. The car stopped inches away from his tiny body. For a moment, everything was silent. He saw his reflection in the car's surface. Small, fragile, trembling. The driver gestured in frustration and drove away. He ran back to the sidewalk and hid behind a trash container. Curled up again, shaking. That's when she saw him. She had been walking home. At first, she thought it was just a shadow, but then she noticed the small golden shape move. She stopped. He watched her carefully. She didn't rush toward him. She didn't shout. She simply knelt down, lowering herself to his level. She sat a few feet away, leaving space between them. Not forcing trust. Just waiting. The wind moved softly through his fur. He stared at her. Slowly she extended her hand. Palm open. Calm. Still. He hesitated. Every instinct told him to be careful. But something deeper, something fragile and hopeful, told him to try. He took one step forward. Then another. He sniffed her fingers. She didn't move. Her hand gently touched the top of his head. He didn't pull away. For the first time since the car had disappeared down the road, he felt safe. She placed a soft blanket on the ground. He stepped onto it without resistance. Carefully, she wrapped him up and lifted him into her arms. He didn't struggle. He didn't fight. He simply let himself be held. Inside the rescue van, he looked out through the window. The road where he had waited became smaller and smaller in the distance. This time, he wasn't being left behind. He was being taken somewhere safe. At the clinic, gentle hands examined him. They checked his ears, cleaned small scratches, and washed the dirt from his golden coat. The water ran brown at first, then clear. Underneath the mud and fear, his fur shone again. He was given a full bowl of food. He didn't eat frantically. He ate slowly, carefully, as if learning to trust that it wouldn't disappear. That night, he slept on a soft blanket. No rain, no thunder, no passing shadows. Just quiet. Days passed. His energy returned. His tail began to move again. Slowly at first, then faster. Then one day he was brought to a garden. A family stood waiting. A child knelt down, smiling gently. He approached cautiously, but this time he didn't hesitate long. His tail wagged. For the first time since that car drove away, he ran, not out of fear, but out of joy. Across green grass instead of asphalt. Under warm sunlight instead of cold streetlights. He chased a ball. He rolled over playfully. He felt hands that stayed. Arms that held him not to leave him, but to keep him. As the sun began to set, golden light reflected in his dark brown eyes. The same small golden retriever puppy. 3 months old. Light golden fur. Floppy ears, but no longer confused. No longer waiting. He wasn't abandoned anymore. He was chosen. And sometimes, being chosen is everything. Fade to black.